Hey, welcome back to the channel. So today got my weekly fantasy football and Patriots review. We're nearing the end of the fantasy football regular season with the playoffs about to begin. I hope everyone has had a lot of good luck this year. I know there's been a lot of injuries and a lot of players, getting COVID and being placed on the COVID list and whatnot, and missing games for every reason possible. It seems like so. It's definitely been a tumultuous year for a lot of fantasy football owners and their teams, with the NFL on top of it, obviously. But here we are. We have made it this far, and let's get it started. So to start off with the Patriots, um, I'd say I'm seriously trying to figure out what to say with them every week. I guess to start off, their my initial reaction is that I just don't know. Again, I still don't know where they're going with this team. They seem to lose to all these teams that they should probably be beating, and then they beat like teams that they should probably be losing to. My predictions have just been thrown out the window over these last, like, I don't know, 8 games. So you lose to a team like the Broncos. That's not good. You lose to the 49ers. They're 6-6, but it it could be better. Uh, or the 49ers are 5-6 now. I'm honestly lost. That whole division is just throwing me off. Whatever. Either way, you lose to the Broncos, you lose to the 49ers. Not as bad of a loss as the Broncos, but you still lost to them. You lose a close one of the Bills that you probably could have won. It's just you're in a shootout with the Jets of all teams. They had their like best offensive game against you. It's just there's a lot going on. They're still somehow in the playoff hunt, the Patriots. I don't know how they still find themselves in the playoff hunt, but they're there. So they need a lot of things to go their way. If it weren't for that extra seed this year, the seventh seed for the playoffs, they wouldn't have a chance. But because that extra team is there, they're technically still in it. They're still behind the Baltimore Ravens, although all they need is the Ravens to lose another game and the Patriots win another game, and the Patriots will jump the Ravens because they beat the Ravens. They have the tiebreaker. So the Patriots would have that wild card tiebreaker over Baltimore. They definitely need Indianapolis to start losing some games. Maybe Cleveland, not exactly Cleveland, but definitely Indy. Steelers are in, Chiefs are in, Bills are winning the division they're in. You could have the Dolphins maybe lose a couple of games here and there. That would be great. It'd be perfect to beat them again and have 2 wins on them for the year. All these things need to happen. It's definitely a long shot, and I don't know if they come out 2-0 out of this LA trip that they have. They going against the Chargers on Sunday, and then following that up with the Rams on Thursday, both on the road. So neither of those teams are exactly the best. The Rams are technically in the playoffs in the NFC right now, and the Chargers coach Anthony Lynn is just he probably doesn't deserve to have a job after this year, but they have a chance to be 1-1, which would not be good, but I think they honestly have a better chance of being 2-0, which would obviously be perfect for them. So they still got the Bills one more time. They still got the Dolphins and the Jets one more time. These are teams that they need to beat for sure. So yeah, it's just that Texans loss, that recent Texans loss, is just really big for the team. Like, it was a big loss. It just wasn't good at all. So there's that. I don't really know how much I can say about the game against the Cardinals. They did a pretty good job defensively. There was a lot of flags, in some sequences, which I hated to see. I don't think a lot of them were warranted. Maybe that's my bias. Maybe it isn't. It just kind of seemed ridiculous after a little bit. But the offense, again, Cam Newton has to look better. There's no way around it. The Cardinals' defense, it's okay, but it's not one of the best in the league. It's definitely, their offense has definitely been their strong suit throughout this year. So yeah, that's just something to pick up. So like I was saying, the Chargers are next on Sunday. Justin Herbert looks, as of right now, like arguably the best prospect coming out of the draft, or at least quarterback wise, the best prospect coming out of the NFL draft last year. So, or this year. So, that's definitely something to keep an eye on. I know Bill has been pretty good against rookie quarterbacks, especially ones that aren't that are pocket passers. Herbert can move, but he's not a designed runner, so Bill's usually better against those kinds of quarterbacks, especially when they're younger. So there's that. They have offensive pieces, but the defense can pretty much match up with them. Their run game is definitely going to get better. It's something that Bill was going to have to take into account now with Austin Eckler back. Welcome back to my fantasy team, by the way, Austin Eckler. And their defense is horrible. It's just another one. They're kind of like the Cardinals. They got some playmakers on defense, but they haven't put it together. They've had a good defense recently in recent years, but not really, not this year. So again, that's definitely a team they should beat. They keep having close games. They keep losing close games. And yeah, that's about it. So after they play, I'm going to obviously try to do this as soon as I can. I'm going to try on Wednesday. For next Wednesday, I'm going to try to make this video. Obviously, with the Patriots playing on Thursday, it should work out. But this is coming out today. There's no Thursday night game tonight because of all the COVID problems that the Baltimore Ravens had. They kept pushing back the Ravens and Steelers game. They finally played last night in a pretty sloppy game, with pretty much half of, if not more than half of the Ravens' actual roster on the COVID list. So, it's a weird week. It was a weird week, and that's why my video is so late. So, I'm going to move on to fantasy football. And not to brag, but I'm in first place in 3 out of my 4 leagues. I'm in third place in that 4th league. It's been a great year. I've definitely dealt with some injuries in a couple of the leagues, but I still have the most points in all of them. I'm up there in points for, so I haven't gotten an easy ride. And my team just dropped 176 in one of my leagues this week. So in a standard league with no kicker. So I'd say that's pretty good. But yeah, moving on to the waiver wire. There's a couple of guys that might be out there that you could use, but it's another pretty weak week for the waiver wires. Number one, I would say Devontae Booker. We don't know as of right now what's up with Josh Jacobs. He hasn't been practicing, so you can only assume that Devontae Booker is going to be the next guy up. Jalen Richard has kind of been banged up too, so he could be the guy, especially against the Jets. That's someone you probably really want to get on your team. Number 2, Latavius Murray. As long as Taysom Hill is the quarterback, it looks like he might be the running back to use, maybe even over Alvin Kamara in some leagues. I know you're not benching Alvin Kamara, but he just hasn't looked good, and Latavius Murray looked great. So that's just recency trending bias. You got to go with that. Number 3, I'm going to go with Cam Akers. It looks like he's slowly but surely taking over that Rams backfield, and if he ends up actually being the guy and there's maybe just 2 of them playing at a time, he could definitely be a league winner as a flex play for your running back spot. Number 4, I'm going to go with Frank Gore. He's looked solid since LaMichael Piron's been out. I know he's on the Jets, but they play the Raiders this week, and it's a really good spot. Let's see. Number 5, I'm going to say Trey Burton, tight end. He keeps jumping in and out of relevancy, but he's got to be up there. Number 6, Kiki Kuti. All of a sudden, he's up there in the receiving core in Houston with Will Fuller suspended. Had him on one of my teams, but Will Fuller suspended. Randall Cobb is still on the IR for a week or two more, and they waived Kenny Stills. So right now, Kiki Kuti is relegated or automatically the number 2 wide receiver in Houston for Deshaun Watson, which is pretty good. What was that? I think that was 7 or 8. I don't know. Next up, I'm going to say Logan Thomas, tight end for Washington. Ryan Fitzpatrick, as long as Tua Tagovailoa is out. Maybe Des Bryant if you want to stash him. I'd put in Alexander Madison. He should be owned by at the very least, the Dalvin Cook owner. So I doubt he's really out there, but maybe someone got frustrated not wanting to hold on to a handcuff during bye weeks and dropped him. Joshua Kelly, Brashard Perriman, Adrian Peterson, Brian Hill, just in case you want to hang on to him or if someone drops him with Todd Gurley. Gabriel Davis with John Brown on the IR. Dalton Schultz. Let's see. Kyle Rudolph. Keelan Cole if he's out there. Laviska Shenault if he's out there. Hunter Renfrow, Royce Freeman with Philip Lindsay going down. That's pretty much it. Maybe Ito Smith, Jimmy Graham, T.Y. Hilton, Henry Ruggs. Yeah, these are some players that it's an interesting week. It's a top heavy waiver wire week. There aren't a lot of options, so that's really the full extent of the waiver wire part of the video. There's not a lot of waiver wires left for the regular season. I don't know if you're really going to be able to find anyone that's going to make a real change to your team, during the playoffs. I don't know if you'll find that guy, but you could. So we'll see what happens. So moving on to player rankings to close out this video. Starting with quarterback, number 1, I got Patrick Mahomes against the Broncos. Number 2, Russell Wilson against the Giants. Number 3, Aaron Rodgers against the Eagles. Number 4, Josh Allen against the 49ers. Number 5, I'm going to have Ryan Tannehill against the Browns. Number 6, Lamar Jackson, if he's playing, against the Cowboys. Number 7, I'm going to have Deshaun Watson against the Colts. Number 8, Taysom Hill against the Falcons. Number 9, Kyler Murray against the Rams. And number 10, Justin Herbert against the Patriots. With running backs, number 1, Dalvin Cook against the Jaguars. Number 2, Nick Chubb against the Titans. Number 3, Derrick Henry against the Browns. Number 4, James Robinson against the Vikings. Number 5, Aaron Jones against the Eagles. Number 6, Austin Eckler against the Patriots, as Nora makes her weekly video appearance. Number 7, I have Chris Carson against the Giants. Number 8, I have David Montgomery, surprise, against the Lions. Number 9, Miles Sanders against the Packers. And number 10, I have DeAndre Swift against the Bears, as Nora continues to make her presence felt in the video. Number 1 for receivers, I have Devontae Adams against the Eagles. Number 2, Tyreek Hill against the Broncos. Number 3, DK Metcalf against the Giants. Number 4, A.J. Brown against the Browns. Number 5, Adam Thielen against the Jaguars. Number 6, I have Stephon Diggs against the 49ers. Number 7, Calvin Ridley against the Saints. Number 8, Justin Jefferson against the Jaguars. Number 9, Keenan Allen against the Patriots. And number 10, I have Tyler Lockett against the Giants. And for tight ends, number 1, Travis Kelce against the Broncos. Number 2, Darren Waller against the Jets. Number 3, TJ Hawkinson against the Bears. Number 4, Evan Ingram against the Seahawks. Number 5, Dallas Goedert against the Packers. Number 6, Hunter Henry against the Patriots. Number 7, Robert Tonyan against the Eagles. Number 8, Eric Ebron against the Washington football team. Number 9, Mike Gesicki against the Cincinnati Bengals. And number 10, Jonnu Smith against the Browns, if he plays. I know he's kind of banged up. For kickers, number 1, Harrison Butker. Number 2, Young Ho Koo. Number 3, Jason Sanders. Number 4, Rodrigo Blankenship. Number 5, Daniel Carlson. Number 6, Justin Tucker. Number 7, Will Lutz. Number 8, Tyler Bass. Number 9, Jason Myers. And number 10, Chris Boswell. And for defense and special teams, I have Pittsburgh against Washington, number 1. Number 2, Miami against Cincinnati. Number 3, Kansas City against Denver. Number 4, Baltimore against Dallas. Number 5, Seattle against the Giants. Number 6, the Rams against the Cardinals. Number 7, I have the Packers against the Eagles. Number 8, I have the Bears against the Lions, and number 9 I have Minnesota against the Jaguars, and number 10 I have New Orleans against Atlanta. So that's it for the video. Again, sorry it was later in the week. I just couldn't do it until the actual week was done, which was officially after last night. So thank you all for watching. I appreciate the support, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. That'd be great. I'd really appreciate it, and I'll see you all next time.